Oksana Omelianchik was born on January 25, 1967, in Dnipropetrovsk, a city in what was then the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic, part of the Soviet Union. From a very young age, it was clear that Omelianchik was a child of remarkable talent and physical potential. Growing up in the Soviet Union, where athletics were highly encouraged and organized, she was introduced to sports at the age of 4, initially dabbling in figure skating before being steered towards gymnastics. It was her innate ability to combine grace with strength that quickly made gymnastics her sport of choice. Omelianchik's early years in gymnastics training were marked by a strict and intense regimen, typical of Soviet-era sports systems. As she grew older, her trainers quickly realized her natural ability, especially her exceptional flexibility, artistry, and balance. These qualities would later become the hallmark of her performances, setting her apart from many other gymnasts in the world. By the age of 8, she had joined the prestigious Soviet gymnastics school, where her training intensified. Under the guidance of experienced coaches, Omelianchik honed her skills, particularly on the balance beam, where she displayed extraordinary poise and artistry. Her talent didn't go unnoticed for long, and by her early teens, Omelianchik was competing in national gymnastics events. Her early competition results indicated that she was on the path to becoming a world-class gymnast. Though still young, she was already recognized for her potential to excel in international competitions, thanks to her combination of technical precision and artistic expression, which became her trademark in the gymnastics world. Oksana Omelianchik's rise to prominence came quickly in the world of competitive gymnastics. She made her debut on the senior national team in 1983, and it was clear from the outset that she had the ability to compete with the best gymnasts in the world. Her first major international competition was the 1983 World Championships in Budapest, Hungary, where she was still a relatively unknown name in the gymnastics world. Despite the pressure of competing on such a prestigious stage, Omelianchik delivered a stellar performance and earned a bronze medal in the team competition. However, it was at the 1984 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles where Omelianchik would truly establish herself as a gymnastics prodigy. The 1984 Olympics were unique because the Soviet Union, along with many of its allies, boycotted the event in protest of the United States' involvement in the Soviet-Afghan War, while the absence of the Soviet Union left a significant gap in the competition. Omelianchik's performances were still of a caliber that captured international attention. She was one of the brightest stars in the Soviet gymnastics squad that participated in the Games. In the individual events, Omelianchik's performance on the balance beam and floor exercise stood out, with her elegant routines that combined high-level difficulty with impeccable artistry. Her performances were a blend of strength, flexibility, and precision, and she quickly became known for her elegant lines and serene yet commanding presence on the apparatus. Her work on the balance beam, in particular, was praised for its smoothness and difficulty, something that would become one of her signature elements. Omelianchik's success at the 1984 Olympics, where she helped lead the Soviet team to victory, was a significant milestone in her career and marked the beginning of her domination on the world gymnastics scene. The peak of Omelianchik's career came during the mid to late 1980s, when she was considered one of the best gymnasts in the world. Her success at the 1984 Olympics was only the beginning of a remarkable string of achievements that would define her legacy in the sport. Omelianchik's performances were often praised not only for their technical difficulty but also for their artistic flair. a rare combination in gymnastics that made her a standout gymnast of her time. Her routines were often a blend of technical prowess and emotional expression, something that made her performances memorable and distinct from her competitors. This balance between technical execution and artistic presentation made her a popular gymnast, both in her home country and around the world. In addition to her Olympic success, Omelianchik continued to dominate the international gymnastics scene throughout the 1980s. She won multiple gold medals at the 1985 World Championships in Montreal, including a gold in the balance beam competition, cementing her reputation as one of the best in her field. Her victory at the 1985 World Championships was particularly notable because she performed a complex routine on the balance beam that featured a rare combination of acrobatic elements, which set a new standard in the discipline. Omelianchik's ability to push the boundaries of difficulty while maintaining elegance was key to her success. In addition to her individual achievements, Omelianchik was a key member of the Soviet gymnastics team, which consistently performed at the highest level in the 1980s. Her technical skill and artistry made her an integral part of the Soviet team's success at international competitions. She was known for her consistency and precision, and her ability to perform under pressure contributed significantly to the Soviet team's many victories. At the 1987 World Championships in Rotterdam, Omelianchik again demonstrated her exceptional skill, earning multiple medals, including a gold in the team competition. Her performances on the vault, balance beam, and floor exercise were lauded for their technical difficulty and the grace with which she executed them. By this point, Omelianchik had established herself as one of the preeminent gymnasts in the world and one of the most consistent performers in the sport. Her mastery of the balance beam and floor exercise, in particular, was seen as unparalleled, and she was often regarded as one of the best all-around gymnasts of her generation. Omelianchik's success was not limited to international competitions. In 1988, she secured a spot on the Soviet team for the Seoul Olympics, held in South Korea, marking her second Olympic appearance. At the 1988 Games, Omelianchik again showcased her elite gymnastics abilities, though she was up against fierce competition. While she did not win any individual gold medals, she played a critical role in helping the Soviet team secure another gold medal in the team competition, reinforcing her status as one of the sport's greats. Though Omelianchik's career was marked by immense success, it was not without its challenges. By the late 1980s, the Soviet gymnastics program was facing increasing competition from other nations, and the physical toll of high-level gymnastics began to take its toll on many athletes, including Omelianchik. The constant pressure to maintain peak performance, combined with the demanding nature of the sport, led to injuries that impacted her ability to continue competing at the same level. Despite these challenges, Omelianchik continued to compete and remained a respected figure in the gymnastics world. However, by the early 1990s, Omelianchik began to experience the inevitable decline in performance that often comes with age in such a physically demanding sport. While still able to perform well in competitions, her results began to wane, and she eventually made the decision to retire from competitive gymnastics after the 1992 season. Following her retirement from active competition, Omelianchik took on coaching roles and worked to pass on her knowledge and expertise to the next generation of gymnasts. She became a well-respected coach, using her experience as a top-tier gymnast to help young athletes develop their skills in balance beam and floor exercises, where her technical mastery had once been the gold standard, though her competitive career had come to an end. Her legacy as a gymnast who brought a combination of artistry, elegance, and technical prowess to the sport remained.